Hey there, my meaty friends. This is Reed, aka CarnivorousChef. In today's video, I'm going to show you something that it was just kind of an idea that I was going to do at the restaurant with some leftover product. So I decided to do it myself at home to see what it would be like first. This is a fried Reuben. I wanted it to be kind of like a cheese stick almost, but also filled with meat. What I've achieved was really good. Is it actually better than a Reuben? Well, won't you wait till the end to find out. I do have two separate recipes for this. They're pretty much the same. One just adds sauerkraut to those people that actually eat sauerkraut. If you're not one of those people, I totally understand, so don't be too upset about it. Before we get started, I want to thank LMNT for sponsoring this video. You don't always feel like you have the energy to get things done. A lot of the time, it's because we're dehydrated. When you don't replenish your electrolytes, it can affect how you feel. LMNT is a fantastic formulation for anyone, and it's a simple and convenient way to replenish our electrolytes. Not only does it taste amazing, but it's also got everything you need and nothing you don't. That means more salt and no sugar. I use LMNT when I first wake up to get my extremely productive day started. I really enjoy the citrus salt flavor first thing in the morning. It gives me the energy and hydration I need to make it through a busy day. I also use LMNT right before going to the gym. I can 100% tell the difference when I do use it and when I don't. My output just feels much more powerful when I have it. Right now, LMNT is offering my audience a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single-serving packets free with any LMNT order. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or to share LMNT with a salty friend. Get yours at drinklmnt.com/CarnivorousChef. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/CarnivorousChef. LMNT also offers no questions asked refunds on all orders. You don't even have to send the product back. Again, that's drinklmnt.com/CarnivorousChef. Thank you again to LMNT for sponsoring this video. A Reuben sandwich has some basics that I like to follow. Corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut. There's a dressing usually, Russian or Thousand Island for Americans, but I'm going to forgo the dressing for this video. Here, I'm going to be using about 6 ounces of deli sliced corned beef in each pile. You can absolutely cook your own corned beef. Since this is going to be blended, I decided this would be sufficient. Give this a rough chop. Next up, we're going to need some Swiss. See the holes? That's Swiss. I have 2 different piles here because I'm going to be making 2 different versions of this fried Reuben. One version will be just meat and cheese, and the other will have some added sauerkraut. To the meat and cheese pile, you'll want to add 4 ounces or 1 cup of Swiss cheese that's been shredded. For the sauerkraut folk, you'll want 2 ounces or a half cup of Swiss cheese that's been shredded. And that's because you're going to be bulking this up with about a half cup of sauerkraut. Knowing what I know now, squeeze out as much liquid out of your fermented cabbage before processing this. Speaking of processing, simply add your ingredients into a food processor or blender along with 1 egg and process for about 1 minute. This is the texture you're looking for. It is a bit crumbly. This is okay because when we go to cook these, the cheese will act as a glue to keep them together. The kraut version is pretty much the same, but a bit more moist. The next step is to make some patties. I got about 4 patties per recipe. Grab about 2.5 ounces of your mixture and press firmly together. Use the plate to help shape these if you need to. We will be freezing these to help us later on when we go to batter them. Throw these beefy little lovers into the freezer for about 30 minutes or until they're slightly firm. After that time, we can set up our dredging station. Egg battle 2 eggs into your bowl and add in about a half cup of milk. Really fork this one. Next up, I added some ground pork rinds to a plate and began breading. Egg wash followed by pressing in the pork rinds. Now, I like Reuben's rye bread. We can achieve this flavor here if you add in some chopped up caraway seed or ground pork rind crumbs. But I know how the community feels about seeds. Hell, I kind of feel the same. But if you want to, and for the sake of flavor, feel free to add in about a half teaspoon of caraway seeds per cup of pork rinds. We will be pan frying these puppies. Place a pan over medium heat with about 1 1/4 cups of fat of your choice. I think lard or tallow would be the best option here. I didn't have any, so I went with what I had. Butter and some added olive oil to keep it from burning. Place these into your pan and cook them for about 4 to 5 minutes per side, flipping occasionally. They won't get very firm in the pan, but as you pull them out to drain, the cheese and the egg will help them solidify a bit. To be honest, I wasn't expecting that sexy of a cheese pull. And let's check the unholy non-carnivore KETOVORE version. A bit less of a cheese pull, but that's expected considering we swapped half the volume with fermented cabbage. But it is still delicious. Honestly, this is nearly on par with an actual Reuben sandwich. Nothing will ever actually beat a Reuben, but this is really close. See y'all next time.